subject right here, long overdue. Free Mutulu Shakur, everybody. That's the topic on the head today. Mutulu Shakur, y'all. And you know, I was just thinking about Mutulu Shakur, and I was thinking about this brother has served, I think, 30 or more years. Just gonna go over it a little bit right here. And you know, I think what he did was inspired. Now, what I think the movie Dead Presidents was probably inspired by Mutulu Shakur's story. Now, I could be wrong, but as I was reading his story, I began to reflect on the movie Dead Presidents, because they're similar. You know, the armor, getting robbed in the armor. Well, let me just go over his story right quick. If you don't know, Mutulu Shakur is the stepfather of Tupac Shakur. His real son is Mopreme. I know everybody familiar with this. Anyway, Mutulu was born in 1950. Mutulu is 68 years old. He's serving time right now. As I'm looking at it, I believe he's serving time in California. He's been locked up since 1981. Mutulu is a former Black Liberation Army member, sentenced to 60 years in prison for being involved in the 1981 Brinks armored truck, in which they robbed, in which also 2 police officers were killed. You know, Shakur has always been a member of the Black separatist movement ever since he was a teen. It was called the Republic of New Africa. And so this man was very active in the Black community in those times, especially because it was a target. The FBI was targeting Black activists like they also doing today. They're starting to retarget Black activists again. And the Black activist movement is nowhere near the way it was in the 60s and 70s. But I'm going to go ahead and read you some of the story that it says about him. It says, by his late teens, he was politically active with the Revolutionary Action Movement and later joined the Republic of New Africa. He has 4 biological children and one surviving stepchild. Shakur was one of 6 Black Liberation Army members to carry out the Brinks robbery of 1981. They stole $1.6 million in cash from a Brinks armored car at the New Knot Mall in New York, killing a Brinks guard, Peter Page, seriously wounding another Brinks guard, Joseph Trabino, and subsequently killing 2 New York police officers. I think that's New York. They said New York. Edward O'Grady and Waverly Brown, the first member of the New York Police Department. Well, I guess it is New York. Trombino recovered from the wounds he received in this incident, but was killed in the September 11th attacks in 2001. Shakur, the alleged ringleader of the group, that phrase sounds familiar, don't it? Evaded capture for 6 years, and thus the last one to go on trial on charges related to the robbery. In the 1980s, Shakur and Marilyn Buck were indicted on Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, RICO charges, while at large on July 23, 1982. He became the 380th person added by the FBI to the 10 most wanted fugitives list. He was arrested February 12, 1986 in California by the FBI. Wow, I didn't know he was arrested that late. So Tupac was around 15 when he was arrested. He was arrested in California, so I'm pretty sure he was in and out on the run, and I'm pretty sure he had contact with Afeni and Tupac and his son Mopreme during this time. All the way up to Tupac was 15. Wow, I didn't know that. I've read Afeni Shakur's book. I don't even think she mentions him too much. Afeni Shakur has a biography she never finished. Jasmine Gal was supposed to write it. Was supposed to, sit down and with Miss Afeni Shakur, but Afeni couldn't finish the book. It was just so many emotional memories that she didn't want to relive, and she just couldn't finish it. It's sad, man, because it was gonna be a great book. I wish she would have. Afeni just didn't want to tell the story. Like it was too hard. It was just too difficult for Afeni to write that book about her life, man, and that's sad. Damn, I wish she would have wrote that book, but they couldn't finish it. Her and Jasmine, Afeni just would not talk. She would talk a little bit, but sometimes she would say, "I just can't do this. I can't talk anymore about it." It's crazy, man. But that was gonna be an incredible book if she was to finish it. But I don't remember her talking too much about Mutulu in it. I think that was I think that was some of the painful things. But that would have been a great movie. That would have been a great movie for her. I mean, a great book and also a great movie. But yeah, so Mutulu was captured and was arrested in 1986 in California by the FBI. Shakur and Buck were tried in 1987 and convicted on May 11, 1988. So the FBI was always surveying. They probably were surveying Afeni. They was trying to find Mutulu. I think in the movie they showed Pac as a young kid when the FBI was following her, asking about Mutulu, but Pac was 15. I know in 81 he was probably 10 or 11. But when he was arrested, when Mutulu was arrested, Pac was 15 at that time. But it says federal parole was abolished. Although federal parole was abolished pursuant to the Sentencing Reform Act of 84, Shakur's convictions were exempt because the Act's provisions didn't take effect until 87. Thus, under the rules in effect at the time of his conviction, he was due for a mandatory parole determination after serving 30 of his original 60-year sentence, which came in 2016. However, the United States Parole Commission denied his release for unspecified grounds. Yeah, we know it's bullshit. In 2016 of April, Shakur's next parole eligibility review will occur in 2018, and according to the Bureau of Prison, his sentence will be completed December 15, 2024. Oh man, he'd be how old? December 2024, 2020. He's 68 now. It's 2018. In 10 more years, it'll be 2028. 10 more years, 2028. Take 4 from that. So he'd be what, 70 74, something like that, in 2024. Wow. Free Mutulu Shakur, everybody. Free Mutulu Shakur. He did his time. I'm pretty sure. I mean, this reminds me so much of dead presidents. You know, I'm pretty sure those cops was trying to be heroes and pull out their guns and do some killings. You know, dying for that money, that fake money. And them dudes did what they had to do to survive and escape. I'm pretty sure that's what happened because, you know, cops and all these, everybody else are willing to die for that little paper that they hold, that they're protecting. Those guards and those brink trucks, they're willing to die for that fake paper. You know what I'm saying? Which these Illuminatis, which these people that rule the world control and keep us poor, keep us in poverty, but yet you willing to die for $15 an hour. Okay, man. All right, man. What a tool. Anyway, free Mutulu, man. Peace out.